Well, here we are, Team Copium against the Cats, the first best of 5 between the two teams. We are in the last chance qualifier for the Heroes International. We're down to 3 teams, the Raiders, Team Copium, and the Cats. And it's a double round robin that they're playing here to determine the final team that will go to the offline event in Miami, where we have the big event, $11,000 of prize money. We have 3 European teams, 3 North American teams, and 2 Korean teams that attend the event in October, in the middle of October. If you want to have a couple of additional information about it, check this one out, the link heroesinternational.net. have a look at that. There's also, if you're watching this on YouTube right now, links in the description of the video that you can check out if you want to know where it takes place. If you happen to live in Miami, if you live nearby, if you're on a trip or whatnot, then you can always stop by and shake hands with casters and players. And yeah, just stop by for some Heroes of the Storm action and like-minded people. Last event was already a blast, and it was nowhere near as big as this one is going to be. But as we're heading into this, the question is, of course, how do the Cats and Team Copium measure up right now? And this is going to be, again, there's going to be a rematch, so we're really making sure that the best out of these 3 teams makes it to Miami. But this is already going to set the tone for all of the other games that the guys are playing here. So Towers of Doom is our starting map into all of this. We have Sergeant Hammer right away banned out. And here it is. We also adjusted the entire schedule, not only for the live games, but not only the starting times of each day, but also the like the order of the games a lot to make sure that all of the teams can play. There were some teams that on the Sunday, that was from the beginning, weeks ago, announced as the final day of the last chance qualifier. They have some issues with work and whatnot. So in order to avoid having them play with a sub player, we shifted things around quite significantly and quite heavily. And I think have finally now something that works for all the teams involved. But yeah, really going out of our way here to try and make sure that everybody can play with their full roster and doesn't have to play with subs on one of the crucial or potentially crucial matches. Now, we got Brightwing as the first pick on Towers of Doom, and we also get Diablo, which is actually kind of funny because Copium, they were able to watch a few of the games that were played between the Cats and the Raiders, and the Raiders resorted to banning out Diablo every single time against the Cats, like every single game. And Diablo isn't getting banned, but they're just picking him away, so that might be influenced by the decisions that were made there earlier. It's also noteworthy that Sylvanas gets banned again. I mean, there's a couple of heroes that the other team is definitely known for. Drak here, he loves to play as Muradin whenever Diablo is banned out, so he definitely has his preferences when it comes to the frontline plays. Might try with Hanzo this time, since the Soul Boy made it through the bans. Sylvanas didn't. Neither did Hogger. For the top lane, you still have the option of going Dehaka if you Team Copium. Not running out of top laners anytime soon, but yeah. There's always a chance, of course, that with Captain Rex going for Anduin, that also Genji is going to get picked by them, so they're just shutting that down. It's honestly one of the things that we've seen now time and time again, that the teams are always trying to make sure that the opponent doesn't get that Genji light bomb engaged with Anduin. It's such a true and tried combo and so incredibly strong. And the Cats in particular are one of the teams that have played it a lot in the past, so that gets shut down quickly. They themselves are the ones to remove Genji from the draft. But now that Team Copium has the next double pick, the question is really what's going to happen at the top lane. Are they going to go for Dehaka? Are they going to decide in favor of someone else? I mean, the ones that come to mind are, for example, Urel, you could go Leoric, but those are usually your top picks. Then there's a couple of deviations away from it. I mean, we saw the Vikings, for example, in one of the previous games. And there's Urel, and together with that, we got Tracer. So the cavalry is in the house. Tracer is making an appearance here. It's the first time that she gets played in the last chance qualifier. And with the final double pick, Captain Rex, is it going to be just another Rhaegar pick for him? Is Captain Rex again turning into Commissar Rex, or is it going to be a different choice for him today? I think one of the games he also went into Malfurion, but nope, Commissar Rex is back. We got Rhaegar taken, and we get Cassia, as Nano is going for the final pick. His Hanzo was already taken away. Don't think that we're here getting Chromie. I was about to say, he played Chromie on Towers of Doom and he played her also on Tomb of the Spider Queen, and there she is again. The Chromesters in the house, and with that we're kicking the best of 5 series off here at the last chance qualifier, ladies and gentlemen. Team Copium against the Cats. The Cats in game number 1 here on Towers of Doom with Drakia on Murden, Octa on Blaze, Captain Rex on Rega. We got Maitri on Hanzo, and Hirath is playing Cassia. On the right side of the map, it's Casper, playing Urel. We got Gavlo on Tracer, Simply on Diablo, Nano on Chromie. Yay! Shut up. And we got Vexu on Brightwing. So, with that said and done, it is time to see if the Cats can pull ahead here, or if Team Copium is just shutting them down, saying, nope, we want a ticket to Miami too. We haven't been to Miami yet. We want to visit the US, we want to go to the beach, and also drop some American teams. I mean, keep in mind, guys, no matter who goes from the last chance qualifier to Miami, it is, for most of them, going to be their first offline event ever. And I'm pretty sure that for quite a few of them, it's also going to be their first trip to the United States. So, definitely there's quite a bit on the line. It's not only about representing Europe, playing for the prize money, but it's also about making that trip and just going there, meeting some of the people that you've been playing with for years now and that you've never met in person. So, all of these things put a lot of pressure onto the teams here as they're currently playing, and we'll see who is in a position where they can go all past that and do their job. And right now for the Cats, I mean, again, at the end of the day, it's really in their own hands, right? Team Copium, they've been playing against each other pretty consistently. Copium is probably the biggest threat to the Cats here right now. We have, for the time being, camps taken. Nobody making any massive moves just yet, but it's only a matter of time. Spray game is on point, I like that. I mean, this is glorious. Spray game especially on point from the Cats here. I mean, literally a cat. So, how much better can that get? Chromie going on level 1 straight into the deep breathing, and we got the Doral Anomaly. I mean, I can totally understand that Chromie is going into the deep breathing. I mean, she's always been a bit of a hypochondriac, and she is completely delusional, so that you every now and then have to take a deep breath and just affirm your own delusion again. I can completely understand. I mean, would you know it? She actually pretends to be a dragon, which is completely ridiculous. No self-respecting dragon would ever take that form, obviously. Just ask Alex Straza or Deathwing. So, yeah, Chromie, she's a little bit gaga. I mean, every single time I cast her, I just wait for a van with the people in the white cloaks to show up and just take her with her. But for some reason, it never happens. So, yeah, not a real dragon. Hashtag fake dragon. Even Brightwing is more of a dragon than Chromie, so, yeah. This is the World of Warcraft lore that Blizzard doesn't want to tell you. No? They're hiding that from you. They're hiding that from you, which is why it has to be true. It's a conspiracy. They're trying to make Chromie a thing. Anyways, now with Urel up at the top, we have still Blaze rotating between the lanes. There's also Tracer zipping around a bit and just poking away as usual, trying to slowly reduce those hit point pools. We currently have Brightwing with the Magic Spit on level 4. Disgusting. Thank you. And the triple altar phase is popping up. So, time to party a little bit. With the Reverberation on level 4, we're also looking at the Bronzebeard Rage on level 13. Altars at the top get exchanged as usual, top left, top right. And down here, ooh, that's a kill. Goodbye, Hanzo. He's murdered by Chromie. And the channel happens with Brightwing. Off we go. I never really understood, by the way, why on God's green earth is this called Reverberation. You literally have a talent on the same tier that claps twice. You know, you could say that reverberates. And instead they're calling this Reverberation. I mean, yeah, don't really get that at all. So it's kind of ridiculous. Blizzard and naming things is just strange. Yeah. But then again, we're having an invade now by the blue team, so they're trying to make a play there. Drakia, hey, he just hit a Stormbolt. Sometimes the stars align. But it's a 4 versus 5 at the end of the day anyways. Blaze is still at the top, so he is getting a bit of value against the wall. Trying to take that down. And they're now aiming for their own camp. And I don't see Team Copium invading that anytime soon. So everybody walks away with their own camp. No real problems there. Still pressure at the bottom of the map. I don't know why, but Diablo on the sheep is just wrong. I honestly don't know why, but this is just so weird. Diablo's riding the sheep. It's strange because I have no problems with him riding the money pig, but the sheep is somehow looking a little bit weird. You guys know the story, like the one thing that you learn. So I spent a year in Australia and New Zealand. And some people already heard me talk about this, but every now and then you have to remind people because there's always new people tuning in and you gotta teach them. You gotta teach them the important lessons in life, and this one is gonna be a really important one. After the fight though, because it seems like, ooh, Diablo, maybe they're saving him after all. Hello? Nope, there he goes. So I've been told that the same is also applicable to the Welsh, but I honestly don't know that for sure. But, well, when I spent time in Australia and New Zealand, I was told by the Kiwis, so pretty much there are certain ways, like certain, I mean, there's certain strategies apparently. So I was told it applies mainly to the guys living in New Zealand because, you know, when you live in New Zealand, there's like a lot of space, it gets boring, and there's a lot of sheep. And apparently when like Kiwis get very lonely, you know, every now and then they look at the sheep and they're like, beautiful sheep. And there is like some, Diablo, no. Nice retake on the tower, by the way, 5 minutes in. So there's apparently some special strategy on how you pick your sheep and how you do with the sheep what you do with the sheep, right? So apparently what you do, you need two things. Well, three. You need a sheep. So you need a sheep, you need a cliff, and you need a pair of boots. And the pair of boots has to be a little bit bigger than what you actually need. So you go for your size, you add like 2 or something. So yeah, it needs a little bit bigger. So you need big boots. Then you take the sheep, you take it to the cliff, you face the sheep towards the cliff, and then you take its hind legs and you put them in the boots, where your own feet already are, your own feet one, okay? And then you go ham. And then you have a good time with the sheep. And the sheep, because it's getting pushed forward, but there's a cliff, is going to push back. And that apparently makes, you know, like that's how you do it. I've never done it myself, but I've been told that the Welsh do that in the UK, and I've been told that that's how the guys in New Zealand do it. And there's apparently, like, really some strategy to it. And that's what people think about. Again, it gets lonely in New Zealand, what can I say? And now you know that. And you cannot unknow that. And you learned something today. So, if anybody asks you, like, what are you doing? Are you one of those guys that wastes their time with video games? You're like, no! I learned something. What did you learn? Well, I learned how to properly fuck a sheep. So, yeah. There you go. You're welcome. You're welcome. They're taking that back. It's actually kind of funny. They didn't even get the extra shot. They didn't even get the shot. They only got 4, not the 5. So now it's 28 to 28. So all of this for nothing. At the 5-minute mark, the blue team takes this one, takes the bell tower, and then it just gets retaken and nothing happens in between. It's kind of ridiculous. It's 2 kills to 2, 28 on the core for each team. Same amount of bell towers. That's kind of crazy. So, like, I don't really know, but it feels a little bit anticlimactic. At the beginning, I really thought, oh my god, the cats, look at them. They're taking full control, as is already. And then this happens. So, yeah, it's a little bit weird. You would think that once you get a bell tower converted, you at least get something out of it. Nice arrow! On point, my friend. That's a European arrow if I've ever seen one. That one did not NA arrowless miss the target, so, yeah. But right now, we got, Volston and Rhaegar. Even with the immediate reaction by him, he still dies. So Rhaegar is down. That Ancestral did not hit, and it didn't hit hard. Yeah, we now also got Casper getting attacked again. And the Volston drops him. Together with Urel, they're able to take him down. Diablo. Ah, yeah, that's how we ended up with the sheep. I remember. I was like, why did I tell that story? So yeah, that's why. Meh. Anyways, 4 kills to 2. It's been a long day, guys. It's been a really long day. I have 1 level lead by now for Team Copium. So they're coping pretty well with the situation they find themselves in here. Level 13 talents for both. We're already at level 16 for girl Chromie over here. And it's a double altar, so that's the moment when you can try to pull ahead a little bit. And it's a freebie, apparently, for our girl Tracer. Yep! That's an easy one. That's an easy one, too. Guys, it's 8 points off the core without even having to properly fight for it. The hell? What are the cats doing? Were there some dogs around and they got scared, or what's going on here? Now Hanzo is dead as well. They're trying for a counter kill. And it's happening. Tracer is dead. But it seems like there's going to be a few more heroes that are going to die now, and Rhaegar is the first of them. Once again, no Ancestral. Instead, we're starting to see them play for the bottom bell tower. Team Copium. Yep, they are really going at it right now. Cats, they were initially off to a good start. Now they're really struggling. So, 3 kills behind. It's the experience that's the biggest problem. It's not even so much about the points on the core, because we all know that late game is everything on this map. But if you are that far behind in experience, that can be a big problem. So, yeah. Camp is about to be taken. Top side, we got Blaze. Yep, down here. Still got the next one claimed too. And, well, as it stands, we got the Gloves of Alacrity. And the Fleet of Foot. Still, 16 is ready. And that's a triple altar phase. The cats are in trouble. I mean, really. The cats are about to get drowned if they are not paying attention here. It's gonna be a bunch of wet cats. Why do cats not like to get wet, by the way? I actually don't know. I mean, nobody really likes to get wet, but cats don't like to swim. I actually don't know what the reason for that is. Dogs do. Anyways. So, Casper, top side. Come on, bro. Down here, Diablo. They look for the kill. They want to at least have one of the altars, and even that might not work. Well, top left, Blaze is getting the channel. Good for him. And then again, another arrow. These arrows are on point, me likey, but so is the timeout. So Chromie is ready. And again, the Ancestral gets no value. This is the third time now that he tries to throw the Ancestral out, and his timing isn't shitty. It's not like you can blame it on Rhaegar. It's really just such a crisp timing from Team Copium that allows them to get all of these kills. And now we have Muradin and Cassia both dead. The Ancestral is back up and he could use it if needed. But yeah, this is just not flowing together well for the cats. And obviously one of the biggest problems is simply the fact that Team Copium has a talent lead. They got the level 16 the entire time here. Now, the one thing that I still want to highlight a little bit is that I believe we all know who's going to be banned next game, don't we? Yay! Yeah, we do. So, right now we got 8 kills, 2-3. We have another 5 shots off the blue team score, 11-24. The battle continues, and this time the Ancestral went through. But, well, Hanzo is still dead. 40,000 damage by Chromie, 48,000 by Hanzo, another engage, and oh boy, Team Copium is just crushing it here. Such a good performance in this first game. 10 kills to 3, full control, 2-level lead, 5 bell towers, 2-3, and they're still pushing. Still pushing, still crushing, still murdering. And, well, this is going to be single digits pretty soon. Now, they are going for the mid and for the top lane. Big minion wave already doing damage over here as they're still protecting the bottom bell tower as they should. Trying to really extend that and get a 6th one as well. And while the blue team is dealing with the mid lane, the top lane is still taking damage, and they might get the entire thing here. Nobody is coming to deal with it. Instead, they're all hoping for a kill between the mid and the bottom. So they're starting to move in. Urel at the top, still doing some work. Once again, Chromie with big damage. Everybody's low. Everybody's hit hard here. Chromie just crushing it. 1 level until 20, and guess what? The bell tower has been converted over. It's a single altar up on the map. 6 bell towers to 2. And this is really annoying. I mean, honestly, this is nearly impossible for the cats to come back. Especially with level 20. Right now, they hope that Copium is just inting hard, or that somehow there's an electricity outage or something else, because I feel outside of that, they're not gonna have a chance here. So the attack is already going strong. Level 20 isn't there. They still go for the kill on my try. And goodbye, Hanzo. They're trying to move in for Drag here. And even if that doesn't happen, I mean, just look at it. 1 down, 2 down, 3 down. They're getting murdered here. This has to be game. They're simply moving into the mid lane now and convert the bell tower. I don't even know what Brightwing is already channeling. You should probably wait. Not that it really matters. So that is 6 points off the core. They're taking the one in the middle. And now they can just commit Honorable Sudoku straight in the death zone, which is pretty much exactly what Diablo is currently doing. There's nobody to take it back. 4 points on the core. The shots are fired. They're going for the boss at the same time. Diablo is dead. But this is such a huge display of strength in game number 1 of this series. Pretty impressive what the Cats have just pulled off. What Team Copium has just pulled off. Single point on the core, final shots fired. In total, we have 5 that are hitting hard. And the Cats go down in flames as the lead in this best of 5 series goes to Team Copium at the last chance qualifier for the Heroes International.
Before we head into game number 2, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet, so you don't miss out on any future content here on Khaldor TV.
Triple Spider Queen, map number 2. Yeah, Team Copium with a pretty big statement on the first map. Quite successful, one could say. I mean, they crushed it. They really, really did. And I am very sure that I know one of the heroes that is going to get banned here, and I think you do too. So no more fake dragons. No more fake dragon. Well, they're starting with Hogger. But I still don't think that it would allow Nano to go for Chromie again. Especially since he played Chromie on this map as well. Now, of course, there's a little bit of a question of whether or not they will give him Hanzo, which he also loves to play. He's a little bit like Bishops in that regard. But after the last one, I think she is gonna get eliminated, right? Yeah. Shocking. I know, you're surprised too. Not. So, Chrome is gone. Lucio's gone as well. And, well, they might just ban Diablo here unless they want to pick him themselves. And they think that it's not going to be a first pick for the blue team. Diablo has been pretty consistently taken away from Drak here. Again, the main tanks that he plays is Muradin and Diablo, as you can tell. The one time that everything was banned out, what he did instead was go for Johanna, which is also a really good pick on Tomb of the Spider Queen, of course. So heavily targeting him doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. Blaze gets banned, so that reduces the side laner pool already a bit, since now both Hogger and Blaze are off the table. And that begs the question. You going for your side laner right now? Or do you pick a hero you know already they're going to take away from you? They go for Sylvanas. Okay. Sylvanas for my try. Diablo, no Diablo. Are they taking it away, or are they just okay with Dracula picking it for themselves? And again, this is a full double round robin. So if Team Copium wins this, then there is still going to be a rematch in a best of 5. And if the Cats do better, then technically they would be pulling ahead. So every single map that you win or lose matters. And it's not going to be over just because one team takes it here or not. So it really matters on how well you do just in general. And then once we have the rest of the matches being played out, of course, also what the results there are. In total, we are going to have 6 best of 5s. Joanna for a bit more wave clear. And we get Brightwing. Diablo is, of course, still up. And there he is. Dibbles is taken. Dibble's taken, and we got Rhaegar. Yeah, Rhaegar once again. Which also means no Anduin, and therefore no Anduin combo, at least for... Well, actually for both teams. I don't think that anybody would... nah. Double support Genji? Sounds a bit wild. So, yeah. Anyways, final bans incoming. Kerrigan. Can Kerrigan carry again? Not in this one. No Kerrigan for game number 2. Mephisto gets banned, another hero that Nano played. But his Hanzo is also still up, so Hanzo is still a good pick here. And I would be personally surprised if he didn't go for it. All shall suffer. Okay, Leo in the house. I love Leo. Playing Leo is always relaxed. It's not a hero that you always want to play, but he's just super fun, or he can be super fun if you just want to have some relaxed and chill experience. This is a very laid-back hero to play compared to others. There's Hanzo. Doesn't come as a surprise. Was expected. Next double pick. What do we get? Bring me the side laner. Urel is still up. Could be paired with Diablo. We've seen the Haka sometimes here. Could go, of course, into something crazy too, but nah, standard. Genji and Urel. I mean, we've seen stuff like Malthael on the side lane, for example. We have seen Thrall played, but mostly with the triple front line, not with a solo. Imperius is still an option. Has been played as a main tank by the Raiders, but could also be played in a side laner position. So there's always some options that you still have. And for now, there's Sergeant Hammer. It's Hammer time, ladies. Hanzo and Hammer as we're heading into the second map of the best of 5. Team Copium going up against the Cats. Game number 2, Cats against Copium. Drac here on Diablo. Herath on Sylvanas, my try on Genji. We got Captain Rex on Rega and Octa on Urel. Over on the right side of the map, it's Casper on Leoric. We got Simply on Jojo, Nan on Hanzo, Gavlo on Sergeant Hammer, and Vexu is playing Brightwing. So, it's Hammer time in the Nexus. And let's see if they can make this a 2-0 lead. I gotta be honest, if they can take this, that would be big. I mean, right now, a 2-0 lead right from the get-go for Team Copium, even if your opponent then takes one back. If you take this early on with the 3-1, then you're setting yourself up for a really, really nice last chance qualifier. It's gonna be... This match in particular has a big impact onto the outcome, because the Cats already faced off against the Raiders and did well there. So for Copium, if they lose now, then it's going to be tough to force their way back into this. But for the time being, at least, the Cats have their own fate, have their fate in their own hands. So we get the Shield Glare with the Zealous Glare here on level 1, Fealty on the death for Leoric. And you gotta deal with the Hammer somehow. Genji can, of course, jump in. Gavlo with a good skin there too. Hammer is just weird lately, and I kind of like it, because one of those heroes that you see a lot, but it's not the most oppressive pick these days just yet. Honestly, there's also certain picks in the game, or certain heroes in the game, that you never want to see become meta. There was a time when a couple of teams picked Gazlo, for example, and Gazlo is a hero that in an ideal world you would occasionally, very occasionally see on maybe 1 or 2 maps, but the last thing that you want to see is Gazlo in every single game. Gazlo being like full on meta. And the same is true for heroes like Murky too. Nice kill against Hanzo. It's nice to see them occasionally, but if you have them in every single game, those are heroes that get old very, very, very quickly. They really draw a lot of their, a lot of their appeal from just very rarely making it into drafts. So we don't have that right now. I mean, Swamp Gorota has been playing Murky a little bit, and we had one of the games, I think it was the... God, I can't even remember. It was the X Cup where we had a Gazlo, but it's not really a thing. So this is where Meta Madness then comes into play, as I already said in one of the previous series. Mytra gets nearly murdered by his brother here, as Hanzo gets some arrows connected. But outside of the first kill that we had, nothing really has happened just yet. We get the Siege Tactics on level 4. And yeah, a little bit of a move there. Auto attack is in, and goodbye, Rhaegar. With a camp, this is tricky, because now we have a camp, and that will help to keep Hammer safe. And they are crushing this wall right from the get-go. So how exactly is the blue team going to deal with Sergeant Hammer? That's the question that will follow us throughout the game, because at this point in time, at least, there's very little that they seem to be capable of doing here. And there's not even level 7. There's not even level 7 available, so that makes it worse, because if you're already struggling before Hammer gets mobility, then guess what's gonna happen once Sergeant Hammer can actually move a little bit. So already right here, additional damage being done And it's kind of rough. I mean, what do you ban? That's also always a question. On the one hand, you can always argue like, they should have banned Sergeant Hammer out. But then they got to deal with Chromie, and we all saw on the last map how exactly that went down. So that wasn't easy either. By now, we got the hit against Drak here. Maybe a kill. Nah, he gets away. Hanzo just firing away time and time again. Down to the bottom of the map. Still our 1v1. But Draka is really getting poked. I mean, Nano is moving in over and over and over again. Of course, the idea of the blue team is to interrupt as best as they can the turn-ins. But that hasn't really worked out for them. Level 7 is now also ready. And down to the bottom of the map. Yeah, in comes Genji. 28 gems on Casper alone. So Leo better not activate his trade, or this is gonna be a big issue. But this is also a big problem. This is exactly what I talked about. There's the mobility, and Sergeant Hammer is just hammering away. Going for Diablo again, and Dracula is just gonna be stopped every single step of the way. And while all of this plays out, the wall is nearly gone. The same that has happened in the middle of the map, just without the Bruiser camp. And this is just terrifying. Red Web Weavers are also descending first, so they don't have to deal with a wall in the mid and the top lane, which means that there is a pretty good chance that we're now seeing a fort destroyed. And they are continuing up here at the top. Hit after hit is coming, and you can tell that the cats don't really know how to approach this. Level 10 might change things a little bit, but they're getting zoned out completely. And everybody is just playing Protect the Hammer. So that fort is taking damage. Now the Web Weavers are here too. And how do you stop this? And the answer is you don't. Sylvanas is doing the best that she can, but as all of this plays out, we have another Web Weaver wave in the middle of the map, and that's more or less the same story. So now they're going for Drag here. Diablo is getting murdered, barely able to get out. That top fort is going to fall 100%, and in the middle of the map, they also have to really put some effort in to ensure that the second one doesn't fall too. So this one is down to, 25% HP, and at the top the fort's gone. So yeah, this is, it's a killer for a kill, but the structural situation has completely changed, and they're already in the mid lane trying to see if they can maybe do a bit more damage here as well. Yeah, damage output, let me take a quick one. 51,000 siege damage on Sergeant Hammer already. 51,000. And what the cats need is a turn-in. I mean, they need to also get some structural damage in. But good luck with that. Mid lane gets assailed. Top completely open. Down here at the bottom of the map. Leo still taking out the trash here. One swish at a time. And collecting even more gems. Yeah, you're not going to turn in. Nope, not just yet. So there's the interrupt. Souls at least completed for Diablo. And they're making a play for Leo, and that might actually work. Arrow, 5-man arrow. Fuck me! What a combo. Didn't have the damage there, but oh my god. Leo dies, but holy hell, imagine a Ring of Frost there. That would have been insane. I mean, that was born out of a bit of a panic moment, and the kill came through for the cats. But have a look at this. That was just nuts. So they come in, the arrow hits all 5 of them, and then we have a 5-man entomb. They missed the damage behind it. There was nobody there that could help them right away, but that was just bananas. Wow. Alright. So, as it stands, we still have the attack. Well, hello. Against Brightwing. A little bit low on mana too. And same time now, the turn-in opportunity for the blue team. Maybe not. Sylvanas still at the top. Like, they prevented every single turn-in from the blue team so far, but the attack at the bottom of the map continues again, and this time, at least Rhaegar? Was it Rhaegar? No, we got interrupted again. Jojo came in and used the shield glare to interrupt them. So they're just absolutely not able to turn those gems in. They have 83 now, but they're getting zoned away over and over again. Attacks at the top, attacks at the bottom. Big arrow, and that's a kill. Rhaegar is down. The Entomb, interesting way, but it did its job, so they were able to zone them. Onyo with the turn in attempt. This time it's happening. Thankfully for them, they got at least a kill on Sergeant Hammer. The problem is that Sylvanas now was dropped at the top lane. And we have, by the way, also enough gems for Team Copium to get another Web Weaver wave. And they are trying to turn in right now. So 2 waves in a row, that would hurt. Because that is at least guaranteed to drop the mid forward. And they are only 10 away. And there it is. Red Web Weavers, once again. And with every single fort and fountain you lose, it is becoming more difficult for you and your team to hold the position around the turning point because you just don't have that fallback option anymore. The wall stun then again? Yeah, not enough. Not enough. But level 13 plus Web Weavers, that's the reality that the Cats are now facing off against. At the bottom of the map, Gavlo, he's already started to prep this a little bit. Take the wall down. They got level 13 now as we speak. And this is gonna hurt. Hyper cooling engines. We got the ominous Wraith. Mid lane shouldn't really be a problem. And down here, they're already taking the fort down without waiting this out at all. This one might actually for now... Yeah, no. Well, maybe. Unlikely. Diablo is down, gets caught between the lanes. Another triple arrow. Nano, for the love of God, have some mercy here. They block Rhaegar after the Entomb, and that's the support dropped again. All of the forts are destroyed. Mitra is dead, and that is 25 gems that are just gone. Gems are lost, heroes are dying, structures are falling. That is bad news now. Really bad news. They're losing way too much here. They're only 10 minutes in and that bottom keep is likely gonna fall now. I don't think they can engage without Genji, and he's dead for another 8 seconds. Rhaegar just now makes it back as well. So all of the forts are destroyed. A keep is toast. Team Copium. Oh my god, what a statement. They're really coming in, swinging into this last chance qualifier. And the Cats are struggling. I mean, really struggling here. Attack at the top again. Interestingly enough, it's only a 1-level lead, so not that heavily ahead in experience, at least not as much as you would think when you're looking at the minimap and realize about the big lead they have. And Nano is just fucking them up time and time again. These combos are insane. Triple arrows into Entombs. Rhaegar is dead again. At least they get the Hanzo counter kill. Can they get more? They lose Sylvanas, but maybe they can drop Jojo. Not even that's working for them. Instead, Yrel has to drop her ult since she gets attacked. This is such a nightmare and a disaster currently for the Cats. And these arrows that we're seeing from Hanzo are absolutely brutal. Yrel is down, and now they're going for the next kill. They go for Mitra, they go for Dracula, they want them all. It's like Pokemon pretty much. Gotta catch them all, and they're catching most of them. Seems like they're also gonna catch Genji. No. Genji gets out. Genji gets out, but they're gonna catch Diablo. And there's only so much space that he can run to. He's trying to at least do some damage in hopes for some kind of weird body double stun moment against Brightwing. But it's just not enough. Diablo is dead and the boss is wide open. 4 kills to 10. They're nearly on another turn-in. They're not even going for the boss. I think they're just working on the turn-in right now. They got the gems and they can also prevent the opponent from turning in themselves. But there it is, the entire team all in on the turn-in, and here we are. It is time for some Web Weavers. They activate the boss before he takes it. Diablo is still dead. Without him, you can't really make a play. And obviously, if they want to engage into this, then they have to fight into Sergeant Hammer. They don't have a level 16 talent yet, but they're trying. It's a Hail Mary. It's a Hail Mary. They're just trying. They're just YOLOing. They're just going full Leroy, trying to do what they can here. Yep, there's the Entomb again. Leo falls, but that's not going to be of any consequence. He's going to be back too soon. They're still chasing them as best they can. Diablo is here. But can they successfully push this? Because I'm not quite sure if they can really go for the top lane now. If that Web Weaver gets defeated, where else are they going to go? Mid lane? There's a camp in the mid lane. I think that turn is not going to do a whole lot for Team Copium. But then again, it's Leo that died, so he's even just scouting the other side of this. So, yep, here we are. Yeah, they're trying to go for it Web Weaver is at the core, by the way. So they might lose a couple of hit points here. Probably not. But still, the engage is happening all the way top side. Here we are. Another quick move with the Lightning Breath. And they are looking for to give chase now. Big wave in the mid lane. That's going to do some structural damage. Blessed Shield is out. They're going for the polymorph on Urel. And she gets Hanzo'd. Urel dead. Rest of the team also on the run. There's the arrow. And we're going for Captain Rex, but he survives. And they get a kill. Hanzo is dead. Nano is dead. Can they get... They should get Leo too. Leo is also down, so all of a sudden they got a chance here. If they can maybe chase and get their hands on anyone else, maybe Brightwing, that could be the opportunity to turn in first and foremost. I mean, that's the first thing that they really need to do. Get rid of the gems here. Nah, not yet. Sylvanas is burning this out, pushing the lanes out. They're obviously trying to do this down at the bottom of the map now too, so that the Web Weaver spawn in the better position for them. I actually don't think it's going to happen here. They would have to be really fast for it. You know what? Maybe? Yeah, they're going to get at least this wave. Alright, so the Web Weavers get assisted a bit further. But can they take structures down? That's the question at the end of the day. Somehow they're still alive. 11 kills, 2-7, 18 to 19. They're not too far behind. As long as they are able to take some structures down, but I don't think they have even taken an entire wall yet. So with Sylvanas, you have of course more push potential, but you have to push into Sergeant Hammer now too. So good luck with that. I mean, that's the next problem. You have to push into a Sergeant Hammer. With Napalm as well, so they're just crushing these Web Weavers within seconds. And what can you do if you are the Cats? Bot lane, Ford is down to 50% HP. It's the top lane where you're probably going to get the most value, I suppose. But they're chasing this. They want to go for the kill. They're really risking it here. The arrow is again great by Nano. Blessed Shield, Sylvanas gets away. They zoned them away from the bottom fort. It's a 5 versus 4 down here with Diablo taking to the defense at the top. But that's 2 forts down. That's pretty good. That's actually pretty damn good. That's way better than I thought what they could do. And now there's another turn-in available for them. Now the bad news is that there's also level 20 for the opponent. If they can somehow get a quick kill here, that would be great, but they can't. Bullseye hits, but Entomb didn't. Entomb got upgraded, so that's huge. But at least 2 of the forts are gone. 2 forts gone. But you have an entire level until you have level 20. And I don't think they can turn in yet. I'm not so sure if they should even be here. But I guess they think they can't give up position. And I don't think they're necessarily wrong here, but this is a very dangerous game that they're playing now. If you're this far out against the Leoric that has his Entomb back in 15 seconds, then you can always be forced into a fight that you really do not want to fight. So, yeah. Half a level until 20. It's not too bad. Half a level and they got it. But yep, turn-ins are happening on all sides. Red team doesn't have enough to make that work yet. They soon will have enough gems though. Siege Shines are taken. Are they gonna turn in? No. Hanzo, nice! Playing with the vision here, good for him. Yeah, he can't die and he's obviously one of the prime targets. Dracula, same's true. Where's that Entomb? Is Leoric looking for it? Is he trying? Is he trying to catch somebody? Yes, he is. And they get Urel. No ult from her. She's dead. Arrow connects with Diablo. And he might make it out. Might make it out of this one. Still enough gems for a turn-in. But boy, they are on the run. They got the level 20. So that's the good news. The bad news is they have another 40 seconds to bridge before Urel is back to business. That's the bad news in this situation. But yeah, here we are again. Trying to get a kill. Leo doesn't have the Entomb yet, and they're sieging up on that mid lane. No mercy. Absolutely ruthless from them right now. Absolutely ruthless. Just trying to take another keep down. Put them into a more disadvantageous situation. One hit after another incoming. Blessed Shield, always threatened by Jojo. 5 seconds and it's back online. But Urel is back in 5. So they bought a lot of time here. But at some point they need to go for it. And they know that as well. They need to move into the mid lane and just shut the hammer down. There's nothing else that they can really do. So how do they make that engage work for them? Siege Giants at the bottom of the map together with catapults. You can't let them sit there either. So that's where Sylvanas is coming into action. But they need that turn in. It's their only chance. Get their turn in. Take structures. Win a team fight. Yrel gets caught. Yrel gets caught. And there's the Ancestral. They get the Ancestral out right away. That's a cooldown loss for them. It's not a great cooldown trade. So now you lost that. Fight hasn't started. And it's a big gap in cooldowns between the two. So that's a problem. But here we go again. They move in for the fight. And the insta-kill against Sergeant Hammer. That's the dream, baby. Right there. Sergeant Hammer is down. That's the moment. That's the opportunity. The Cats with the turn-in opportunity. The Cats with the chance to maybe even go for the boss, which is exactly what they're starting with. Oh boy. This got interesting all of a sudden. Real interesting. Catapults at the bottom of the map. That's another one. Gotta be careful with this. 19 minutes in. 2 catapults. They're pinging it. They're fully aware of it. That boss gets taken. They take the boss. Are they going for the turn-in as well? The turn-in might deal with the bot lane. Or do they send someone to the bottom of the map to do it? This is really where decisions have to be made. They're going for the turn-in. They're letting the catapults move in. They want the web weavers. And catapults are moving over. They're pinging. It's 3 catapults in total. They gotta make some choices, and they gotta make them quickly. Boss is pushing. No web weavers right now. They are relying on the minions to defeat the catapults. That's gonna happen, but they're gonna lose some points on the core. So they're sacrificing some points on the core. The blue turn-in has happened, and there's the web weavers now. 85% on the core right now, and they want to go for the top keep. They should get at least that. They want to go for game here. Mid-fort will be destroyed. Webweaver defends the bot lane, and now they can make their play. This is the moment to go for the core. To go for the core or go at least for another keep. They need kills. And Genji dies! No! Genji is dead! They save... No, they don't save Yrel. The first heal was not enough. The second one is too late. They gotta move out here. The arrow connects again. Perfectly timed. But they can't follow, or can they? They go for Drag here, and they burn him down. Fort in the mid lane, destroyed. The core, totally Gucci. No problem here. And the team is moving to the bottom of the map. They want to end it all here. But they're going to go for the core. I mean, they got Sergeant Hammer here. They got Hanzo. It's 28 seconds until Genji is back, so they're going to buy some time. Does he have the Entomb? He doesn't. Doesn't have the Entomb. No Blessed Shield. They can't go for Rhaegar. That flag would have dropped him if not for that. Webweavers in the mid lane. Webweavers in the mid lane are going to take another keep down, very likely. And the one at the bot lane, too. So, can they hold on for long enough? Oh, Sylvanas, she gets out. They're buying time. They're buying time. They lose Sylvanas, but Genji's back in 3 seconds. Genji is back in 3 seconds. Oh, but Diablo. Ooh, he's dead. Webweavers took another keep down. Webweavers on the core now. Team Copium, but they are going for the kills, and nobody on the red team falls. Or do they? Leo dies. But so does Genji. Double catapult on the core. 2 catapults on the core right now, but I think it's too little too late. They needed to save a few more heroes, and they weren't able to make it happen. The red team's core doesn't fall fast enough. And this is going to be a 2-0 lead, 2-0 for Team Copium as they defeat the Cats on Tomb of the Spider Queen. GG. Infernal Shrines, game number 3, and well, it's match point number 1. We got Team Copium with a 2-0 lead over the Cats, and well, they are looking very, very good. And, I mean, these arrows that we just got from Nano, holy shit. How many times did they have 3 to 5 heroes that were stunned by the arrow just for Leo to come in and drop the Entomb on top of them? That was nuts. I mean, it was actually nuts. Hammer gets banned, and are they just banning Chromie together with Sergeant Hammer, or how do you get around this? I feel a little bit sorry for the Cats at this point, because this is just rough. I mean, no matter how you look at it. Currently, we have Lucio already banned. We got, yeah, now the decision to be made, but they get rid of Mephisto instead. Okay. Yeah. Now you gotta deal with Hanzo somehow. The threat is Chromie, Hanzo. Those are big threats to you when it comes to damage and to heroes that Nano would play. But you still gotta deal with tanks, with the side laners. And this is rough going, honestly. How can the cats adjust now so that they at least take a map or two? I mean, again, at the end of the day, it's not only about you winning the series, but it's also about making sure that you're taking a couple of maps. Because if they now lose to... I mean, again, there's always like the situation where we could have tiebreakers, and then maps will become a big factor. So every single map that you win is going to help you there. But a 3-0 would put Team Copium heavily into the driver's seat. And it would really put pressure on the Cats, because then in the rematch, if they want to win from their own strength and not simply rely on the Raiders, they would have to just really go all out and play a completely different style there. But either way, we got Blaze and we got Brightwing. Hogger was the first pick, so Octa is just going to poke on the Shrines. But yeah, they got to get real deep on this one now. Whereas with the next two picks, are we going to see a tank? I mean, this should be a Diablo pick at this point, right? So if Draka really likes his Diablo, then this is the moment to take him. But he goes for Jojo instead. Adjust a little bit more towards the map. Dibbles is great because you can you have so many angles where you can get a good stun out. But if you want to dominate on the Shrine and establish a strong position with more wave clear, then you can go for Jojo. Use that Condemn instead of Lightning Breath that you have with Diablo. And there is also Hanzo. Okay, so that eliminates a lot of the heroes that Nano would normally take, but this is a map where they can again play Chromie if they really want to. I wouldn't be surprised if Chromie gets banned now. I mean, what else are you gonna... I mean, there are still quite a lot of heroes that you would probably like to get rid of, but one of the things that I would just not want to go up against is just Chromie. And they're probably in a much better spot dealing with anything else that can be thrown at them. But kudos to Team Copium. They make it very difficult for teams to ban against them. With all of those heroes that they're currently playing and some of the niche ones as well. And there's the Chromie ban. Okay. Chromie is banned. And now it's a bit of a moment for truth. So pretty much most of the heroes... Like Hanzo, Mephisto and Chromie. All of them eliminated and taken off the table. That's all targeting Nano. Could still go into a Vala style. I mean, there's so many damage dealers still available. Genji hasn't been taken or banned yet. You can go into Vala if you want to have a little bit more AoE. There's Diablo. Genji pops up. Yeah, and here we are. Final two picks for the Cats. And again, this is match point, right? So in this best of 5 series, it is the last chance for the blue team to lock in a victory. Stukov and Leoric. The poor man's buried alive right from the get-go. Right after level 10. And we get Hanzo. Okay, so they're going to try and control these choke points. We got a triple front line. Hanzo, the only real range damage dealer. And the moment of truth. Final pick. Nano, what's it going to be? Infernal Shrines, everybody. We got a Genji already. Blaze and Diablo. Beefy front line. Good for them. Jaina. We got Jaina. Finally real Dreadlord in the game. Okay, so with that we got the burst damage too. Let's go. Game number 3, Infernal Shrines. The third game in the series, and it could be the last one. The first match point for Team Copium. On the left side, we got Captain Rex on Stukov. Maitri on Hogger, Octa on Leoric. Drak here playing Jojo, and we got Herath on Hanzo. On the right side of the map, we have with an opportunity to end this first best of 5 between the two teams in this double round robin. We have Casper on Blaze, Simply on Diablo, Nano on Jaina, Vexu is playing Brightwing, and Gavlo on Genji. Alright, here we are. This is the moment when the Cats have to dig deep to at least win a map or two. It's not only about winning the series, it's also about getting a better map score here. So, yeah, they gotta be super careful. Also, there's Renewal on level 1 for Leo. And we got, in this case, the Fetid Touch for our boy Stukov, who's already helpless as Hanzo gets taken out. So, first blood for Team Copium, right from the get-go, they are applying pressure. They're trying to show the Cats who's boss, wo der Frosch die Locken hat. And they're making plays for even a potential second kill as they're trying to connect the jet propulsion with Leoric, which didn't quite happen. But yeah, big plays being made now. Interrupt attempt. Nope, that didn't work out. But yes, it's already rough from play number 1. So, let's have a little bit of a look on how things work out here. But at this point, we're currently looking at a wall stun, and they might just get another kill. Hanzo just came back, and he's dead again. He came, he saw, and he peed his pants. Venny, VD, PP. So, spending more time in the Nexus than he spends on the map. I mean, if you are playing Hanzo at this point, then you are definitely going to be a little bit pissed, because that was one of the quickest double kills against the hero that I've seen in a while. At least... now that I think about it, that's the quickest double kill that I've seen ever since Lava retired. So, yeah. Captain Rex also a bit low, but yep, Hanzo is back. Yes, I know, I have the same question that you guys have. For how long? But for how long, Khaldor? I don't know. Let's find out. They're actually invading the camp. They might get this one. Okay. Going for the camp here, taking that. Right wing is spitting around the map again. And at level 4 we now got the one good spread. I gotta admit that when I read that, it reminds me of the build burst. It's got a good spread. A shorty! It's got a good spread. Wah! No problem over here anymore. The good ones amongst you know exactly what I'm talking about. Bill Burr, the comedy goat. Anyways, 2 kills to 0, so we gotta go for the next player. Simple. Diablo is just lurking around here and he's threatening to engage on any of them. I mean, you could literally see how Stuko was trying to move away from him and thinking like, please don't kill me, please don't kill me. Yeah, but instead he's now making a play for Jojo, and Drag here is super low and gets barely saved. No! Nano! Damn, baby. That was quite the hit. So Nano with a kill, able to make it work. Frost shots here with the Pierce. And boy, oh boy, are they on a roll. 3 kills to 0. Yep. That's kind of nasty. I mean, as it stands, we have in the bot lane a little bit more action happening. Top side, as you can tell, it's all about the shrine. Bit of a battle between the two teams as both of them are connecting into it. But yeah, this is just nuts. Nano has been beasting it in game number 1 and game number 2, and it seems like game 3 is no exception. He is still at it. So, yep. Level 7 is ready. They have it a little bit earlier, but Ogre! That's not only about getting kills, it's also about how well you can control the objective in Heroes of the Storm. And that's that. One of the things, honestly, why I'm just like so pissed at Blizzard consistently, that they just did such a shitty job with Heroes from pretty much day number 1 when it came to competitive play and everything, is just the fact that Heroes is such a fun game to play. The one criticism that I always had with Dota 2 and other MOBAs, and again I played a shit ton of Dota 2, is that it never, like a lot of the early games are just boring. Not all of them obviously, but in Heroes you're from the start forced to fight. It's always action, you're fighting for an objective, you're forced in the middle, there's more ways to also approach the game thanks to that. And it would have just been fantastic if they could have from the beginning made a few less mistakes and yeah, carry the hype a bit, which it totally failed to do. But yeah, this is a topic for another day. But yeah, it's pretty much a shame because the entire mechanic with objectives appearing on the map, forcing players to make some early game decisions and really also go for early game fights, is something that I really enjoyed quite a lot. And that's always something that was missing for me personally in other MOBAs. But yeah, anyways, a little bit of a different tangent here. They get another kill. It's 5 kills to 0. So a quick pause here by the red team, as they're apparently having a bit of an issue. So let's hope that that's going to be resolved in a moment or two. They lost the objective, but they're still doing well on kills. 5 to 0 and a 1 level lead. Nothing to be frowned upon. Good start for Copium. Cats, they got the objective at least, but they didn't really get a lot of damage out of it. And we're back. So apparently Casper is having some issues here. Seems like he's having a couple of black screens or something. Honestly, sounds to me like a faulty cable, at least the way that he's been consistently able to fix it here. So someone should check that connection, I suppose. But yeah, either way, we got 5 kills to 0. We already have a significant lead now for Team Copium, and level 10 could possibly allow them to go even further. If that polymorph hits Brightwing a bit soon, hits Hanzo a little bit sooner, that might be another kill. But instead it's Brightwing that's in trouble, but Vexo is able to get out. Diablo, on the other hand, given all of those slows, might not be so lucky. They're still trying to follow up on him, but there's level 10. And Jaina also had to retreat, was nearly taken down by Mitra at the bottom of the map and barely escaped. So we have right now Lightning Breath, I mean, duh. And on top of that, do we get, I would assume, Water Elemental? Yes, there it is. Both teams with level 10 abilities now. So, yep, there we are. We already got the Shockwave in, we got the Blessed Shield. Top side, Leo, he's doing his thing right now and just controlling the side lane. Hoping, of course, to push this out towards the fort and get some structural damage too, which I guess is a bit unlikely. That narrowly missed the target and is on his way to North America. You could say this arrow was totally useless, but either way, did miss. And with that, we also have a Lightning Breath that I would call a little bit questionable, as long as you have nobody stunning the target out first. So they go for Brightwing, but even that didn't work. I mean, at this point, it's literally just, hey, we're gonna try. That's all that we can do here. The flank from Caspar, jet propulsion, baby, and Genji is ready. They go for my try, but he is still able to make his way out. So all of those fireworks for literally nothing. Fireworks everywhere. Everybody is popping ults. Everybody is going for abilities, trying to get damage in, stuns, whatnot. A little bit of focus fire here and there. And then nobody dies. I mean, literally absolutely nothing. Right now, they're at least attempting to go for Blaze, but even that was doomed from the beginning. He even has his bunker still up, so yeah, that wasn't a thing. But the objective is spawning. The objective is spawning, and this is number 2. So at this point, we are waiting for kill number 1 for the cats still. And at the top, a bit of damage is being done here. Half a level until 13. Didn't even catch up on that until now. So yes, they have extended that lead and experience a bit further. And that means that we might very well see a talent advantage during the Shrine fight. So more bad news for the cats. And also, Jaina is done with her baseline. Has been done for a bit, so that means that we're now having more survivability for Jaina too, which is definitely something that they're not going to enjoy either. So yeah, Hogga is pogging, but this time Mitra is low very quickly. Has to be super careful here. So they're trying again for Diablo. But the Entomb, not enough, my friend. Nope, follow-up wasn't really there. And even if it was, they couldn't have done anything really there. There's a camp at the top of the map, and only the blue team has gone for the camp. So that's actually an advantage for them. Arrow fully missing. No value whatsoever. So at this point, 25 to 22 points towards the objective. The team's very even, but control is now taken by Copium. Onio's coming in, but it's taken, and the Leoric kill doesn't make things easier for them now on the defense. Blaze is moving towards the top, so he's going to try and make sure that the topside Shaman camp is not going to get too much value for the blue team. But generally speaking, that bot lane is now in real trouble as the attack continues. 6 kills to 0, level 13 is ready, and they are trying to find more kills and take the structures down. The wall already has been destroyed, and they are hoping, of course, for a follow-up. Leo gets immediately focused here. The Entomb, I mean, again, it's not great, but they are trying to get the kills. They're always catching the front line here. It's pretty difficult for Leoric at this point to move down to the back line and try and take them on. So front line it is, but they need more damage if they really want to burn Diablo down. He's fully stacked on his souls, and with Brightwing coming in with heal after heal, it's not easy at all. And they're trying. I mean, believe me, they're trying, as you can see. So that's not really working. Genji is still pushing, and Jaina is back. Blaze is at the top. They are still a level behind, and they still haven't gotten a kill. 10 minutes in, and they're still waiting for their kill. Blessed Shield, Arrow, everything out. There it is. There it is. It has to be. And they get Diablo. Diablo is down. That's a round of applause. Nicely done. They get a kill. Can they get more? Nah, yeah, maybe we shouldn't have jinxed it. So, unfortunate. They lose the Fleabag. Hogger is dead, and now they're getting chased once again. And the camps are soon to be taken too. Yeah, rough. It's rough to be a cat fan. I mean, Team Copium seem to be dog people. But, yeah, top side. I mean, structurally speaking, I gotta say that the cats are not doing too badly. But then you look at experience, and you look at the kills, and that's a big, big concern. They did quite a bit of damage here at the top, as you can see. Middle of the map, similar picture. The only blue fort that has taken damage is the one at the bottom of the map. But now we have a 2-level lead with a level 16 talent advantage. And yeah, that is a big window to bridge. Yeah. Unless, of course... Oh, they go again for Hanzo, and Hanzo is dead once more. I've seen this movie before. I think that happened a few times already. And Caspar is fighting himself on the top lane, fully ignored by the blue team. Leo is finally rotating over, but the minion wave is already there, and he's just continuing to take that fort down. And while that happens, we have the next playmate down here, and I guess that's a dead Hogger. Yep, no way. Hogger is down, no chance for him, and of course this is immediately snowballed towards the structure, which means that now the fort is also destroyed. Leo is at least attempting to get a little bit more up at the top, but boy, oh boy. The cats, they are in a very, very tricky spot because... to be fair, I think they can fight for the next objective. They should be able to soak experience enough so that they can go for the top with level 16. But I also think this is likely going to be their last real shot at turning the game around. If they lose that, then where do they go from there? Hogger is back. Jojo can move towards the top. There's of course a head start for Team Copium, but they still have their top fort. They have everybody here. If not now, then when, right? So this is the one moment that you have. 16 talents are in. More pressure against Leo, or against Diablo with a crushing hope from Leoric. Brightwing at the bot lane, escorting one of the camps through. But this is the opportunity for the blue team to take this back a bit. So here we are. Arrow, yeah, another useless arrow as they missed that hard. It narrowly missed the target and is straight on his way to North America. Flying over Miami as we speak, and rumor has it that it's flying to this day. But they have to somehow find it in them to win this fight, or it's gonna be potentially lights out. Hanzo is gone, and Leo nearly fell, but it is Hogger that they kill, and now they go for Drakia, and it's a triple kill. It's a triple, baby, and this is gonna hurt, and it's going to hurt a lot. A lot. So, in the mid lane, Gavlo is poking out the 4-2. Bottom of the map is also pushing. We have at the same time the top side pushing past the fort. This one is already gone, and they are just attacking on every single lane right now. 12 kills to 1, they're everywhere. They're attacking everything at once. They're doing their best here, and this is just insane. Yeah, I gotta feel a little bit sorry for the cats. I mean, they've been trying their best throughout the day, but this is absolutely rough. So once again, we got Genji just disengaging. The top side is already opened up. The fort is gone. The Punisher is gonna be taken for sure. And I have to say that Hirath, he had some incredible plays today, but this is not his game. This is not his game right now. I mean, he made insane moves in some of the earlier on some of the earlier maps, but right now he is definitely struggling a bit. So they take the camp. They stopped at 39 minion stacks. They're gonna take this too, and Team Copium is just preparing for the death blow. These two teams have been on each other's throat over and over again in all of the qualifiers, and it was always a trade in wins. But the cats, they've been playing for a long time now today already, and it definitely shows. Team Copium, they're fresh as they came into this, and now it's just really... I mean, they're trying to really get that mad lead. And how do you stop the 3-0 from happening? Genji gets stunned out, Blessed Shield is there, but Brightwing was ready immediately, and they couldn't even get that kill. So now the bottom keep has taken significant damage. The one at the top I don't think has a chance of survival. They're gonna destroy this. And here comes the attack, and goodbye Hanzo. Hanzo got killed 5 times this game. Hirath, it's just not his game, as I said. It was a little bit too much for him today. Not his map. 3 heroes down. This is it, ladies. This has to be it. Nicely done. Mitra gets away. He's the only one. He falls too. Obviously, at this point, they've resigned themselves to their fate. But this is a 3-0 victory for Team Copium, everybody, as they take down the Cats on Infernal Shrines and win the first best-of-5 series between the two teams here at the last chance qualifier for the Heroes International. GG and well done.
Thank you everybody for watching the video today. I hope that you enjoyed the show and the commentary. And keep in mind that the spoiler protection that is going to run for the rest of the video is made possible by all the support on patreon.com. So guys, if you want to support my work, if you want to help me start new projects and keep the spoiler protection in place, please consider heading over to patreon.com/Khaldor. There's also a link in the YouTube description, and check that out. Thanks in advance, and see you guys next time with more esports coverage here on Khaldor TV. Have a great day.